welcome back to the garden. It is such a wonderful day today. It's 14 degrees, the birds are singing, and it feels like spring, even though we're still in the heart of winter. So that means I need to get going on our garden reset to make sure that as temperatures are warming up, everything is pruned, kept back, tidied, and ready to go for the new growing season. So today, my #1 focus is to prune my roses. I have a couple of repeat flowering shrub roses and 2 repeat flowering climbing roses from David Austin that are a couple of years old now. I brought them back from the UK, so they need pruning typically in January or February so that they get ready for the new growing season and we can maximize blooms. We have snowdrops. I'm so excited. Last year, I transplanted in the green some snowdrops and it looks like they love the new area. It's just under the canopy of the oak tree. So right now we have the full winter sun that's warming the area. It's heavy clay soil, so I was really nervous over the winter because this area got a little bit flooded, it rained heavily, but it looks like they made it through fine and they look lovely. And I'm hoping over time that they're going to create beautiful big clumps and we're going to have a sea of them pretty soon. So I'm really pleased. It looks like everywhere we have our spring bulbs peeking out in our little shelf, in our little grouping of pots near the shed, in our containers, in our meadow area. So fingers crossed, I think all is looking good right now for a wonderful spring show. I also want to cut back in the side garden 2 massive bushes of Hypericum. I think it's called St. John's wort. I'm not sure. It produces these beautiful yellow flowers. It's called millepertuis in French. It's beautiful, really showy. But the shrubs are a little bit out of control, so we need to tackle that too. Whoa, well that does look radical, but also so much better. Like look at all this space. We're going to be able to train that rose a lot more. We can underplant. This is going to be a lot more manageable. Well, I hope the shrub is going to survive because that was a pretty harsh prune, but anyway, it was getting really old. You can see how thick here the branches were. So anyway, even if it doesn't survive this attempt at an arch prune, I can replace it with something else. These are actually really difficult to plant. They're just very narrow borders. Not ideal, but this is what we have to work with. There's definitely room for improvement in that area of the garden. So shrub number 2 incoming. This rose too needs a lot of work. I need to train it, possibly on top of this door right here. So ignore this neglected climbing rose. This is what we're after right now. I think the bigger pieces like this we're going to leave to dry, to leave to cure, and then we're going to burn them in the fireplace as we need, and the rest needs to be composted. And as the season progresses, it's also going to be time to finish that cleanup. So cut back some of the seed heads that were left up to sustain wildlife, for example. In my flower bed, I'm thinking notably of the sedum seed heads that had that beautiful bronze hue. But you know, they're going to be ready to cut off soon as we don't have freezing temperatures on the forecast, which for us here in Britany is almost right now. We just had a couple of days in February that were a little bit cooler, but right now it looks like temperatures are going to stay pretty high. So I think we're good to start, you know, possibly on that. And also cutting back some perennials. So for example, I have some yarrow, some old foliage on my yarrow. I think I'm also going to give a cut back to my eryngium. So things like that, perennials like that, I would have overwintered and might need a cut back to start afresh.